in this transformation, we can consider the point xy in xy plane. The line equation, we already know that y is equal to ax plus b. This is a line equation. Now in this transformation or in Hooke transformation, we can consider that there are different value for a, b. Then there are number of different lines which are passed to point xy. So this xy is the point we can consider, and from this point there are number of lines or infinite number of lines will be passes through this line or this point, and each having different a and b coefficient. So this point we have to discuss. Now see, consider that if we write the line equation, now we can write the rearrange this equation. So y1 is equal to ax plus b. Now we can consider this equation will be in the another form, that is b is equal to ax plus y. See, our equation y is equal to ax plus b. This is our equation. This is our line equation. Now we have to rearrange this equation as b is equal to minus ax1 plus y1. See, when we can consider this ax is here, so it will be changed to ax, then this is y and is equal to b. So this equation will be converted into this form. Okay, now see here. Now we can write or rewrite the equation in this form, in the form of a and b, and where x as like a b coordinate. So here we can convert the coordinates. मागच्या याच्यात आपण xy plane consider केला होता. आता equation we have to convert the equation. So our plane will become the a and b plane. Okay. मागच्या इक्वेशन मध्ये आपण x आणि y हे प्लेन कन्सिडर केलं होतं. नाउ वी कॅन कन्वर्ट द इक्वेशन. सो आफ्टर दैट द प्लेन विल बी a and b plane because x and y1 are the y value of constant value. So and consider, so here we can consider ab plane instead of xy plane. So here we can consider ab plane instead of, because this equation represent the ab plane. We can get the single line from the point x1 y1. So this is a line which is passed by the x1 y1. So we can pass this x1 y1. This is a line. This entire line in AB plane is due to the single point in the xy plane and different value of AB. Now this, according to our previous statement and this statement, we can say that this line will be consist of a single point which are in xy plane in a previous plane, but different value of A and B. For different value of A and B, we can draw the lines. See, that we have to discuss in a previous slide. So there are different value of AB and single point in XY. So same we have to consider that this entire line in AB plane is due to the single point in the XY plane and different value of AB. So for different value of A and B and X and Y1 is a single value. So now we can consider another point x2, y2 in this plane. Now this is x1, y1 point, and there is another point we have to consider x2, y2. So line equation becomes the b is equal to minus ax2 plus y2, and this is another line which are in AB plane. Now this will be shown in this slide. So these are the 2 points. This is x1, y1 point, and these are two x2, y2 points. Now these two lines intersect each other. Now when we have to draw these two, there are 2 points which can consider x1, y1 and x2, y2. These 2 points are in xy plane. Now when we have to consider these 2 points in AY plane, we can connect these 2 points when we can draw the 2 lines. So these line will be passes through the single point, that is AB, because A and B are constant value. So this AB point is here. So this point is nothing but A comma B point. So here this point of intersection in AB plane is noted at A dash and B dash. So this is renamed as A dash and B dash. Using this A dash and B dash, we can write the equation is as y is equal to A dash of x plus B dash. Now using this point, we can write a new equation, and that will be y is equal to A dash and xy, and this is xy plane. See, this is xy plane and this is AB plane. Okay, so in this xy plane, it will be line which are intersected between these 2 points, that is equal to y is equal to A dash x plus B dash. Okay. So this is our theoretical concept. If we have n points, so there are 2 points we can consider. So such n points are lies on this straight line, we get n different lines in AB plane. So these are the different points, and for this point there are different n points which are connected. See, this is xy plane, so there are different xy plane, there are different points in xy plane, and when we have to convert this into AB plane, see, so it has such type of different lines which are passed through the center point A dash B dash. Okay, so each line, each point represent in the line form in XY AB plane. Okay, so if we have n points that lies on the straight line, we get n lines in a AB plane, and all these lines will be intersect on the single point A dash B dash in AB plane. Using this value of A dash and B dash in the equation y is equal to A dash of x plus B dash, we get the line which are passing through all entire line. ह्या सगळ्या लाइन मध्ये ही लाइन हे एक्स वाय प्लेन मध्ये ही स्ट्रेट लाइन आपण पास केली. सो दिस लाइन इक्वेशन इज इक्वल टू y इज इक्वल टू a dash x plus b dash. So this is nothing but so this will be connect each and every point on the line or each and every point on the edge. So this AB plane is called as a parameter space, and this parameter space is divided into number of subsections. So these are the stacks which are divided into number of subsections, that is called as accumulator. So here A minimum, A maximum, B minimum and B maximum values are range of the values. So x value and y value will be considered as A minimum value, B minimum, A minimum, A maximum. So that A dash value will be converted to different range. So that is A minimum and A maximum, and B dash value is converted into the range. So B dash will be converted to B minimum and B maximum something values. Okay. So this is our so this is XY plane which are past this single line. This line will be converted to AB plane. So it has one single point and there are number of lines. So this space will be converted. आता हा जो space आहे that will be converted to in this form, and this point will be identified as a parameter. So subdivision of the parameter place is one of the important thing in Hawk transformation. So this is one of the technique which you use for the linking of the edges or linking of the points which are on the single line. एका लाइन मध्ये जे पॉइंट असतील तर ते लिंकिंग करण्यासाठी दिस ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन इज यूज. नाउ नेक्स्ट concept or next important point is thresholding. Okay, so we already know the thresholding concept. Okay, so thresholding is a common method for the image segmentation because it is very simple to implement, low computational cost and intuitive properties. So by using thresholding, see, in Hawk transformation or in local transformation, we need to require more computational cost. We require more processing time. But in a thresholding technique, the computational task or computational time will be required very less. And that's why this is one of the important concept or one of the important technique which are used in the segmentation. So we know that what is the thresholding. So thresholding means we can convert our image into the binary on the basis of some gray level. Okay, so the value which is greater than some specific value, we can convert that value to 1, and the value which is less than some specific value of threshold, that value will be converted to 0. That's why thresholding is one of the important concept which is divide our image into the two parts. One is black region, one is another one is white region. So that will be thresholding part. So thresholding is commonly used a method for the image segmentation. Now the thresholding based image segmentation method divides pixel on the basis of intensity level or gray level. So how thresholding will be takes place? So in this thresholding, it will be divide the image into the different based on the some intensity level or gray level. We know that in a thresholding, suppose we can consider 120 as a threshold value. So greater than 120, we have to convert the value as 1. Less than 120, we have to convert the value as a 0. So this is our thresholding base concept. So hence, this method divides the whole image into the background and foreground region. So here, this particular technique, thresholding technique, convert our image into two parts. One is 0 and one is another one. आपण जे आता सांगितलं थ्रेशोल्डिंग मध्ये कसं केलं जातं की समजा एक थ्रेशोल्ड व्हॅल्यू कन्सिडर केली, आता आपण एक एक्झाम्पल म्हणून 120 ही थ्रेशोल्ड व्हॅल्यू कन्सिडर केली किंवा 5% पॉईंट 5 ही थ्रेशोल्डिंग व्हॅल्यू कन्सिडर केली. 0.5 म्हणजे 255च्या निम्मी व्हॅल्यू. ओके, आपण कन्सिडर करू 125 असेल, 130 असेल, जे कुठली असेल आपण कन्सिडर करू. 130 व्हॅल्यू आपण थ्रेशोल्डिंगची कन्सिडर केली, तर 130 पेक्षा ज्या जास्त इंटेन्सिटी आहेत दॅट विल बी कन्वर्टेड ॲज 1 अँड दॅट इज ट्रीटेड ॲज अ फोरग्राउंड रिजन. And the value which are less than 130 that are converted to 0 and that is treated as a background value. So hence this method divides the whole image into the background and foreground region, where it is assumed that the object, that is foreground region, has a pixel having greater intensity value as compared to the background. See, we know that आता आपण बघितले की फोरग्राउंड व्हॅल्यू काय, सो डिपेंड्स ऑन द पिक्सेल इंटेन्सिटी. सपोज देर विल बी 130 इज इंटेन्सिटी व्हॅल्यू, सो ग्रेटर दॅन 130 our image will be converted to the 1 and below that 130 our image will be converted as a 0. So that will be foreground and a background representation. So thresholding based method are applicable where object in the image is differ in their gray level distribution. See, in a gray level distribution is the value in some situations. Suppose some values are lies on the in histogram we already discussed this point. See, in some values are which are lies on the one side or one side of the graph, so that will be dark side. One side of the, it may be a high range. So depends on that thresholding based on the application where the object in the image differ into the different gray level distribution. So if we can draw the gray level distribution in the form of histogram, suppose this is our example. So here we have to draw the that particular gray level in the form of histogram. So we can see that some values are lies here, some values are lies here, or in this graph some values are lies here, some values are lies here, and some values are lies here. So these are the very good way to divide the image into the foreground and background pixel, or divide the image into the different segment. Suppose that gray level histogram shown in figure A is correspond to the image f of xy. So image is composed of light object on a dark background in a such a way that object and a background pixel has gray level grouped into two dominant modes. Now see, here we can consider that our background is dark background and object is a light object. In that situation, this type of particular histogram will be available. Now our background is a dark, so this side will be a dark side. Okay, and our image will be, our object is a light side, so that will be this point. Means purely our image will be divided into two different segments here, two different segments based on the intensity level, and this is very good way to use the thresholding concept. Okay, so here, so here image is composed of light object and on a dark background, so that the object and the background pixel has gray level grouped into two dominant modes. So one obvious way to extract the object from the background is to select the specific threshold value that separates this mode. Now see, from this diagram we can say that, see from this diagram, so this is our background. See, this is our background and this is our object. Okay, now see, we can consider this point. Now below this point we can separate this, and above this point we can separate this intensity level. Okay, in thresholding, see, suppose that the gray level histogram shown in figure A correspond to the image f of xy. Image is composed of light object on dark background, so that when we can draw the histogram, it will be divided into two separate regions. So this is our background region, this is our object region. Now, clearly we have to visible that these two regions are separated from each other at this point. Okay, so one obvious way to extract object from the background is to select a specific threshold value t that separates this mode. Then we can then any point xy for which f of xy greater than t is called as object point. Otherwise, the point is called as a background point. If the value less than this t, that will be treated as a background point, and the value which is greater than this t, that are point to that is considered as a some object point. This is one type of histogram. Now in this histogram we can use only one threshold value, but consider this example, consider this another example, or consider this another histogram. Here there are two values of t. So one is t1, another one t2. Means this image or the intensity of the image will be lies into three different regions. This is one region, this will be another region, and this will be another third region. So here, when we can divide the image into the different based on the thresholding, so it can consist of three objects or three different segments. Okay, so this is also possible. So figure B shows the slightly more general case of this approach, where three dominant modes are available in a image histogram. That will be two types of light object and one is dark background. Now see, these are this and this one, these three regions. So we can consider that this region will be considered as a background, whereas this is one object and this is another object. So we can here these T1 and T2 are two threshold values. So here multiple threshold are used, classifies a point xy as belongs to one object which is lies between T1 to T2, and one object greater than T2 and one object less than T1. So consider that if this object we can consider, so that value or all the value which are lies in this region are less than T1. If we can consider this object, so all values lies between T1 and T2, and if we can consider this this histogram or this part of the histogram, the all values are greater than T2. So that will be explained here. So here f of xy which are lies between T1 to T2, one of the object which is greater than T2 and one of the object which is less than T1. So in general, segmentation problem require multiple threshold are based to solve using the region growing method. So this multiple thresholding value will be useful in a region growing and region splitting technique. So what is the formula? So g of xy is equal to a if, see, in a binary threshold there will be 0 and 1 value. So if f of xy greater than T2, it will be represent a. If the value lies between T1 to T2, it is represented as B, and if the value lies between less than T1, it is treated as a C. Okay, so this is our thresholding, multiple thresholding. If we can consider the binary thresholding, so it means if the value is greater than T, it will be 1. If the value is less than or equal to T, it will be considered as 0. So this is our binary threshold or two threshold, one single thresholding value, and this is a multiple thresholding value. So by using this formula or by using this concept, you can divide multiple images. So based on the previous discussion, thresholding may be viewed as an operation that involves test against the value t. So here we have to write the function t as a t is equal to t of xy, p of xy, and f of xy. So this is our functional representation of a thresholding concept, where f of xy represent the gray level points. P of xy denotes some local property of this point. For example, average value of the average level of the center value or whatever may be. And see, this representation, now see, this represents the thresholding concept. and in this part this value is optional part. In this value this is optional part. Okay, so if we can consider local processing, then we can consider this value. If we have to consider the global processing, this will be deleted. So where f of xy is a gray level point at a xy, P of xy denotes some local property of this point. So for example, how this property will be set? So we can consider the average gray level value of neighborhood center on xy. So thresholding of image g of xy is represented by g of xy is equal to 1 if xy greater than t, and 0 if xy is less than or equal to t. So we already know this. In thresholding based method, all the pixels belong to the object that gives the value 1 if it is greater than the t, and all the value represent the 0 if it is less than or equal to 1. So therefore a binary image is generated because all the pixels will are converted into one, either 1 or 0. Okay, so this is our thresholding. Then thus pixel level 1 or any other Canonical gray correspond to the object, where pixel level 0 that will be correspond to the background. Okay, आपण मगाशी बघितलं की 1 level असेल तर ते if the value is greater than t, so it is considered as a foreground, and if the value is less than t, it is considered as a background. So the label which is considered as 1, that will be represent the object or foreground, and the label or value which is less than which is a 0, it is treated as a background. So when t depends only on, see here this point is, this statement is very important. When t depends only on f of xy, that means f of xy is nothing but gray level value. So this type of thresholding is called as a global thresholding. Okay, see there are, आपण मागाशी मागच्या ह्याच्यात बघितले लोकल व्हॅल्यू, सो लोकल प्रोसेसिंग and in global processing. So when the t, that means the formula t of t is equal to t of xy comma f of xy p of xy. So this will be depends on only on f of xy, that is gray level. Then such type of operations is called as global processing operation, where t depends on f of xy and p of xy. Then this is called as a local thresholding. Means that particular value will be depends on the in t and some sort of another property, predefined criteria, that is p of xy. So based on these two, then that type of part is called as a local processing, which we have to discuss in a previous lecture. Previous lecture मध्ये आपण local processing आपण बघितलेला आहे. Local processing, see, this local processing will be depends on some predefined criteria. ओके, मागच्या आपण लेक्चर मध्ये बघितले की लोकल प्रोसेसिंग होताना प्रीडिफाईन्ड क्रायटेरिया वापरला जातो. आता इथे ग्लोबल प्रोसेसिंग टेक्निक आपण वापरणार आहे. त्यामध्ये if global processing is applied, you can only consider the gray level value. So that type of processing technique is called as a global processing, and if the value will be depends on the intensity value and some predefined criteria, then it is called as a local criteria or local processing. In addition, if t depends on the spatial coordinate of xy, the threshold is called as a dynamic thresholding, or it is adaptive thresholding. So this thresholding has different parts. So there are three types. One is local thresholding, another one is global thresholding, and third is dynamic or adaptive thresholding, in which we have to discuss already local thresholding. Second, global thresholding we already know in the first chapter or second chapter we already know. But third chapter is adaptive thresholding, we have to discuss in next lectures. Okay, so t depends on the particular gray level value, it is called as a local global thresholding. If t depends on the predefined criteria as well as some threshold gray level value, then it is called as a local thresholding. And t depends on the coordinate value, not pixel value. T depends on the coordinate value, then it is called as a dynamic thresholding or adaptive thresholding. म्हणजे हे तीन टाइप थ्रेशोल्डिंग कसे लक्षात घ्यायचे बघा. जर ग्रे लेवलवर डिपेंड्स असेल थ्रेशोल्डिंग व्हॅल्यू तर ते काय ग्लोबल थ्रेशोल्डिंग झालं. समजा ग्रे लेवल व्हॅल्यू आणि प्री डिफाईन्ड क्रायटेरिया असेल म्हणजे हे दोन असतील तर तो झाला लोकल थ्रेशोल्डिंग. आणि अडॅप्टिव्ह थ्रेशोल्डिंग मध्ये इट विल बी डिपेंड्स ऑन द कोऑर्डिनेट्स व्हॅल्यू नॉट पिक्सेल व्हॅल्यू. पिक्सेल व्हॅल्यूवर नाही तर ते कोऑर्डिनेट व्हॅल्यूवर डिपेंड असतं. सो सच टाइप ऑफ thresholding is called as a dynamic or adaptive thresholding. Okay, so this will be a different types of thresholding. Now global thresholding. So it is very simple. We already know this. आपल्याला हे ऑलरेडी पण माहित आहे की ग्लोबल थ्रेशोल्डिंग म्हणजे आपण मागच्या या थ्रेशोल्डिंग मध्ये आपण मला वाटतं दुसऱ्या चॅप्टर मध्ये आपण तो हे पण केलेला आहे. सो कशा पद्धतीनं तर पिक्सेल व्हॅल्यू लेस दॅन त्या पर्टिक्युलर थ्रेशोल्ड पेक्षा कमी असेल सो दॅट विल बी कन्वर्ट टू 0 आणि त्यापेक्षा जास्त असेल तर 1. सो that type of a thresholding is called as a global thresholding. The simple of all thresholding technique is to partition the image histogram by using a global thresholding T. So segmentation is that accomplished by scanning the image pixel by pixel and labeling each pixel as object or a background depends on whether the gray level pixel is greater or less. See, in this global thresholding, how we can do? आता हे पण आपण ऑलरेडी बघितले त्याचा प्रोग्राम पण लिहिलेला आहे. We can read the pixel. If the pixel value is less than t or something threshold value, so that pixel value is converted to 0. If the value is greater than 1, we can convert to 1. So if that means labeling each pixel either object that means 1 or either background that means 0 depends on the pixel is greater or less than the value of t. So as indicated earlier, the success of this method depends entirely on the how well the histogram can be partitioned. So that means see here very important concept is that the histogram. See in this histogram we can clearly observe that there are two different regions we already defined here, or clearly we visible that there are two different regions, or in this section we can clearly visible that there are three regions. Means histogram our segmentation if there are suppose this see these are the some another lines, suppose consider that. Okay, so we cannot define that these are the properly segmented. आपण अशा जर असतील असे जर थ्रेशोल्डिंग असे जर ग्राफ असेल तर आपण हा पूर्णपणे प्रॉपरली 3 पार्ट मध्ये डिवाइड झाला म्हणू शकत नाही. ओके, सो that it indicates earlier that success of this method depends entirely how well the histogram can be partitioned. In the global thresholding method, some same threshold value is used for the entire image, and that's why it is called as a global thresholding. So one thresholding value is useful for entire image. Okay, means we can scan entire image and same value is used for the comparison purpose. So global thresholding is used in a many applications because of simplicity and it is very simple to computational cost. Okay, म्हणजे हे ग्लोबल थ्रेशोल्डिंग ही सगळ्यात जास्त वापरलं जाणारं टेक्निक आहे का? इट इज व्हेरी सिंपल आहे आणि सगळ्यात महत्वाचं इट रिक्वायर्स व्हेरी लेस कॉम्प्युटेशन और व्हेरी लेस प्रोसेसिंग. Okay, so that's why global thresholding is one of the important techniques. So let f of xy and g of xy be the input image and segmented image. Then segmentation of the image is given by